This is Valerie Pierce, Module 6. And in Module 6, the directions say to use the data set provided and create a brief video with narration demonstrating how to use SPSS to determine if chocolate may have a significant effect on attitude. And so to do this, you would take the data set and you would click Analyze, then General Linear Model, Repeated Measures, which would bring up this screen where you would change the within subject factor name from factor 1 to whatever you choose, but I'm using time, and indicate how many levels. In this case, there are 4. And you can see that it's already been added. And then you will want to define it. And to define it, you had to move the results from the survey for the 4 different times from the left to the right in order. Then you would click EM means, and you would move time from the left to the right to display means for, and click on compare main effects, then click continue. Then you would click on options and you would check the box for descriptive statistics and click continue and click OK. At which time you would get the output, and you can see that you have the 4 different times listed. And then you have the descriptive statistics, which gives you the means from the Acme Attitude Survey for the pre-test for 5 minutes after the chocolate bar was eaten, 1 hour afterwards, and 4 hours afterwards. After that, you would look at Mauchly's test of sphericity to see if the assumptions can be verified. And you can see that under this test of sphericity, that the significance was 0.683, which is greater than 0.05. So the repeated measures Anova is a suitable test to see if there's a difference. And you can see also that there are 5 degrees of freedom and that the approximate chi-square is 3.114. From this box, we would go down and see that within subjects, you can see that there is a difference within the 4 times. You can see that in the test of between subject effects, you have 1 degree of freedom, an F statistic of 32,645.93, and that P is less than 0.001, which means that you can reject the null hypothesis. There is a difference between the 4 time frames. Next, you would go down to the pairwise comparisons where you would look at the comparison between the means of each of the 4 different times. And so we can look at the table and we can see that between time 1 and time 2, the pre-test survey and 5 minutes after the chocolate bar was eaten, that P is less than 0.001, which means there is a statistical difference. There's also a comparison of the pre-test to 1 hour after the chocolate bar was eaten, and the p-value is 0.147, which means there is not a statistical difference. And then a comparison between the pre-test survey and 4 hours after the chocolate bar was eaten, and the p-value is 0.399, which means there is not a statistical difference. And then in the second box of the chart, you wouldn't look at 2 and 1 because it's the same as 1 and 2. But if you compared time 2 to time 3, 5 minutes after the chocolate was eaten and 1 hour after the chocolate was eaten, you can see that P equals 0.010, which indicates there is a statistical difference. And then 5 minutes after the chocolate bar was eaten to 4 hours later, the p-value is 0.005, which also means there is a statistical difference because P is less than 0.05. And then the last 2 time frames that you would want to compare is time 3, 1 hour after the bar was eaten, to time 4, 4 hours after the chocolate bar was eaten. And you can see that the p-value in this case is 0.745, which is greater than 0.05. So you fail to reject the null hypothesis, which means there's no statistical difference. So in summary, using the repeated measures Anova, we can see that There are some statistically significant differences, and those significant differences are from time 1 to time 2, which is the pre-test survey, and the survey given 5 minutes after the chocolate bar was eaten. And then, in addition, there are times that are significant. Our survey means that are significantly different between time 2 and time 3, and then between time 2 and time 4, which is 5 minutes after the chocolate bar was eaten and 1 hour. There's a statistically significant difference, and 5 minutes after the chocolate bar was eaten and 4 hours afterwards. The rest of the time comparisons showed no statistically significant difference. And this is going to conclude this video.